All right, so in this question, you have been given that an object is thrown up with a velocity of 45 meter per second, and you have to find the time it takes to reach the maximum height and the maximum height it attains. Okay, so initial velocity here is given 45 meter per second. I am taking 45 positive because it is thrown up. So हमारे साइन कन्वेंशन के हिसाब से कार्टेशियन कोऑर्डिनेट में it is going towards the positive y. Okay, final velocity at the topmost point is 0. Okay, acceleration due to gravity we are here taking as 10, negative 10, because g always negative as per our sign conventions. So first point is asking you to calculate the time it takes to reach the maximum height. We use the first equation, v is equal to u plus 80. Topmost point पे v 0 है, u is 45 given in the question, a is acceleration due to gravity here, so minus 10, t is to be calculated. So arranging the terms, I get time it takes to reach the maximum height is 4.5 seconds. Okay, now to calculate maximum height, which equation can we use? So to calculate maximum height, we can use either of the second or the third equation, because we have all the other things given in the question. Third equation of motion. Okay, using say the third equation of motion, v square minus u square is 2as. We have to calculate maximum height. तो मतलब यहाँ जो displacement है वो हमें calculate करनी है. V square at the topmost point we have already discussed is 0. U square given in the question 45 square. 2 as it is. A is minus 10. S is to be calculated. Okay. So this becomes minus 45 into 45 is equal to minus 20 S displacement. Okay. Negative goes off. Because the displacement is in the positive y direction. And displacement is coming out to be 45 into 45 divided by 20. So solving it further, 5 9s are, 5 4s are, okay. And now you will have to reduce it to decimal. So solving it further, it comes out to be 101.25. That is the maximum height it reaches. Okay, so the final displacement or the maximum height reached by the object is 101.25 meters. You have been given that an object is thrown up with a velocity of 25 meter per second and it is caught back. Okay, you have to find the time it takes to reach back to the thrower and the maximum height it attains. So suppose this is the object, it has been thrown up with the velocity given in the question 25 meter per second. So that means this is u given in the question. Okay, initial velocity u is given in the question 25 meter per second, positive because we are taking it in the positive y direction. Okay, the object is being caught back, मतलब वो object thrower के पास वापस आ रहा है. Displacement in this case will be 0. All right, and you have to find in such a situation now the time it takes to reach back. तो मतलब displacement 0 लेते हुए u 25 लेते हुए और acceleration को acceleration due to gravity minus 10 meter per second use करके you have to find the time. Okay, and remember in case of free fall, time of ascent and time of descent are equal. So using the second equation, s is ut plus half gt square या half at square कह लो. S is 0, u is 25, t is what we are looking for, plus half, a is minus 10, t square ढूंढना है. ये कौन सा t है? ये टोटल टाइम है. टोटल टाइम इट टेक्स टू रीच बैक, क्योंकि हमने डिस्प्लेसमेंट 0 डाली है, जहां से फेंका वहीं वापस आ गया. तो इस इक्वेशन में जब आप डिस्प्लेसमेंट 0 डालोगे तो टाइम कौन सा आएगा? टोटल टाइम आएगा, ऊपर तक जाना और वापस आना. ओके, so simplifying this equation, it becomes 0 is equal to 25t minus 5t square. Okay, and now rearranging the terms and simplifying it further, it becomes 25t is equal to 5t square. T 1t cancels away, we are left with t as 25 upon 5, which is 5 seconds. Okay, so it will take 5 seconds to go to the topmost point and come back. And remember, in this 5 seconds, 2.5 seconds to reach maximum height. Okay, and 2.5 seconds to come back from the maximum height to the thrower. Keeping this thing in mind, time of ascent is equal to time of descent. So we have done one part, A is over. Now you have to find the maximum height. Okay, So this was part A. Now to find maximum height where it reaches, you can use the third equation, okay, which says v square minus u square is 2as. Okay, so v square minus u square is 2as. We know at the topmost point v is 0. U is given in the question 25. 2 as it is. A is minus 10 here, and s is the maximum height, which is we are going to calculate. Okay. So rearranging the terms, this becomes negative 625 is minus 20h. Negative goes away. Height will be 625 divided by 20. Okay. How much is that? So simplifying this further, it becomes 125 by 4, and giving a decimal representation, it would be 31.25 meters. So that is the maximum height it reaches. Okay. The maximum height it reaches is 31.25 meters. This is question number 17 from your back exercise of NCERT. It says that an object or stone, to be specific, has been dropped from a height of 100 meter, from the top of a tower, height 100 meter, and simultaneously another stone is thrown up with a velocity of 25 meter per second. You have to find when and where will these two stones cross each other. So suppose they are crossing at a height x from the ground. Okay, so if this height is x, the leftover distance will be 100 minus x, because the total height is 100. Okay, so we are assuming that it is at this height both the stones will cross each other. So हमारा मेन टारगेट क्या होगा, हम सेम टाइम स्पैन के लिए इक्वेशंस लिखेंगे इन दोनों स्टोन्स की. जितने टाइम में ये स्टोन जो हमने ऊपर थ्रो किया है x डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा, उतने ही टाइम में ये स्टोन जो हमने ड्रॉप किया है शुड कवर 100 minus x. It's only then they will meet or they will cross at this point, okay, within the same time. So I am going to write the equations for both these stones during the same time span. Okay, so for stone 1, now जो दो पैरामीटर्स हमें कैलकुलेट करने हैं वो क्या है, एक तो है पोजीशन, किस पोजीशन पे किस हाइट पे दे आर गोइंग टू क्रॉस ईच अदर, और कितने टाइम के बाद t. तो s और t वाली कौन सी इक्वेशन हम यूज करेंगे, वी विल यूज द सेकंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन व्हिच सेज s is equal to ut plus half. Using s is equal to ut plus half at square, first I am writing for the stone 1 which has been dropped. So displacement is in the negative y direction, it is falling downwards. Okay, so I have written displacement 100 minus x with a negative sign is equal to ut value term is 0 because u is 0, so only half at square. Half a here is acceleration due to gravity, so I have written g t square. So this is the equation for the first stone. Now for the second stone, using the same equation, s is ut plus half at square. X, that is the displacement in the positive y direction, so I have taken x positive. U is given 25. T as it is, I am using the same t because same time पे इन दोनों को क्रॉस करना है एक दूसरे को. Plus half gt square. Okay. Now this is the equation 2 for the second stone. Now using these two equations, I will solve for x as well as t. दोनों unknown हमें calculate करने हैं. दो equations हैं, दो unknowns हैं. So we will be using these two equations to calculate the two parameters, x position and t time, when and where they will collide. Okay, so using equation 1 in equation 2. Okay, now I am substituting equation 1 which says that minus 100 minus x, minus is common outside, is half gt square. Now I am putting this half gt square value in this equation. So what will this equation look like? It becomes x is equal to 25t plus ये जो half gt square है इसकी जगह मैं ये वैल्यू डाल रहा हूँ because I am using equation 1. ठीक है, so this will become minus 100 plus x. Is this step clear to all? Okay, I have substituted half gt square from this equation as minus 100 plus x. I took the minus inside, so this becomes minus 100 plus x. So I have put it here. Okay, now simplifying, you see both sides there is this x, so this goes away. Okay, this is common both sides, it goes away. What am I left with is 0 is equal to 25t, 0 is 25t minus 100. Okay, or I can write this as 25t is equal to 100. Minus 25t is equal to minus 100, negative goes off, and t will be 100 upon 25. Okay, t will be 100 divided by 25, which is 4 seconds. So this means after 4 seconds of the start of the motion of both these objects, both these stones, they are going to cross each other. So we have calculated that after 4 seconds of the start of the motion of both these stones, they are going to cross each other. Now, where are they going to cross each other? This height x can be calculated by putting the value of t in either of these equations. You can put the value of t in either of these equations and you can calculate the value of x, where they are going to cross each other. Okay, so now putting this value of t as 4 seconds in equation 1. I am putting the value of t as 4 seconds in this equation 1, and when I do that, rearranging the terms, I get x as 20 meters. So from ground at 20 meters, both these stones are going to cross each other, and that will be after 4 seconds of the start of their motion. It says that an object has been dropped from a height and it reaches the ground in 7 seconds. You have to calculate the height from where it was dropped. Okay, so we start with u0 since it has been dropped. G we are going to take as minus 10 meter per second square, and time it takes to reach the ground is given in the question 7 seconds. So we have to find the displacement or the height from where it has fallen. Okay, so I take the equation s is ut plus half at square. Ut term goes 0 because u is 0 here. Okay, so ut term is gone, so we are left with only half gt square या half at square. तो a की जगह हमने g की वैल्यू डाली -10 और t की जगह 7 वैल्यू डाली, so it becomes displacement is minus 245 meters. Negative here is indicating that the object is moving in the negative y direction downwards. Okay, and you have to calculate the height, so I have simply written the magnitude of this displacement, that is 245 meters. The same calculation could have been done with another method, that you first calculate v using v is equal to u plus at. Okay, that is what I have done on the right hand side of the board. You can see v is equal to u plus at से हमने v पहले calculate किया as minus 70 meter per second, and using it in v square minus u square is equal to 2as, I have calculated s as minus 245 meters. So answer is the same, it's only another method of doing the calculation. Okay, आंसर सेम आ रहा है अभी भी, s नेगेटिव माइनस 245, हाइट पॉजिटिव करके आप लिख दोगे, बट ये वाली स्टेप्स जो हैं ये सिर्फ एडिशनल स्टेप्स हो जाते हैं अगर हम v इक्वल टू यू प्लस एटी वाली इक्वेशन यूज करते हैं. ओके, सो बोथ द मेथड्स आर करेक्ट, it's only another way of solving the question using the first equation to calculate v first and then put it in the third equation, v square minus u square is 2as, and finding out the height. It was given that the object is thrown straight down from the top of a building at 20 meter per second. So this time this is the initial velocity, the object has been thrown, it has not been dropped. So u this time is going to be 20. It hits the ground at 40, so this is v is given. You have to find the height of the building and how long the object was in air. So height निकालने के लिए v given है, u given है, a पता है हमें free fall में, तो s is to be calculated. We used the third equation. So v square minus u square is 2as. Substituting the values, we get displacement is minus 60. Now minus is here because it is moving in the downward direction. Displacement is a vector quantity. So we can simply write height of the building is 60 meters. Okay. Now for the second part, we have to find how long the object was in air. इसमें क्या calculate करना है हमें? Time it has taken to fall. So we will calculate the time the object takes to fall down this 60 meters. So using the first equation, v is equal to u plus at, we have substituted v as minus 40. Why minus? Because it is moving in the downward direction. U as minus 20 A is minus 10 and T is to be calculated. So rearranging the terms, we get T as 2 seconds. The object will take 2 seconds to fall through this 60 meters.